All right, good evening, everybody. February 21st, it's Thursday. It's about 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the money. I figured we'd do a little update, a little look-see. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through not the motions, I already did that, but just kind of give you a little look-see of what night chores is all about. And maybe in some time to come, we'll do a little, put on a little video deal of what morning chores are all about. So we'll start here in the heifer lot, I guess. It's not every day that the heifers need feed. Well, excuse me, baleage or dry hay. Today they needed both. I made them clean up what they had an extra day, and they were not too happy about it. This was some leftover hay that I pushed on over. That was basically no good anymore. So this morning they got their last bale of alfalfa. I'm sure glad that they can't hear me right now or understand me, because the crying would already start. After this bale right here, they are on sorghum for baleage. This is it. That's the last bale that I was able to get across the highway, which is all snowed in, and not a chance in Hades of getting any more until spring. So that's their last bale of baleage alfalfa that was given today. This afternoon I replenished and gave them a brand new bale of dry hay. This isn't the greatest stuff, but they'll pick at it, especially because the alfalfa is coming to an end. They also get 2 3/4 full 5-gallon buckets of grain. In the mornings I only give them 2 pails that are half full. It seems to work. There's not a great science behind it, but they're beef calves and they're getting grain nonetheless. I think that's okay. All right, this will kind of show you what kind of snow we've had. Look at the height of the snow, even from being packed down. So there's a water tank. Sometimes it needs to be filled twice a day. Normally just once, believe it or not. I did not free up the waterer yet. Underneath this tub here is an automatic water, and the line is still froze between the barn and here. I hardly have a very good excuse why that's not freed up yet. I don't have an excuse. One, I didn't make the phone call. Kind of got used to running that hose once or twice a day, and it works pretty good. It's simple, it's easy. Maybe the best thing is to get through the rest of winter, the dead of winter, before freeing up that line. So yeah, they're all set to go. All these neighbors are saying hello right here. Got the heifers and the cows. So give you another idea of how deep a snow we've gotten here. Even from being packed down from the cattle, which is a lot of weight. Yeah, the height is pathetic of these things. They do a good job though. This is the mineral tub that we've almost all but given up on, to be honest with you. I think I need to dig that up. I need to dig that up and maybe put it on over here. They are still tinkering in it. The snow that's on top of there come from yesterday. We got a good walloping of snow, folks. I don't think that we got the 8 inches that we were scheduled for. I'd definitely say a healthy 5-6, which is a good enough amount of snow. Which is what I started doing directly after morning chores this morning, is push snow. I didn't do the cleanest job, and it's because of all the snow that we have coming. Did just enough to get by. Whole driveway's cleared off. I always clear this spot off, getting backed up into the manure spreader, which there'll be a barn cleaning Saturday morning, and we're going to go into the barn as well. To shorten up this video a little bit, we're not going to go in the cow yard, but the cow yard tonight got a fresh bale of sorghum, which they are going through more than ever. I think I said on a video a week or 2 or 3 ago how impressed I am with the cows are eating it like never before. It was a lie. Right now is that time. I feed a bale of sorghum in the morning, and understand they've got dry hay available as well. That bale of sorghum is gone, disappeared, gone by, I'm gonna say 1 o'clock, 1:30. So they're doing really good on it. They got a fresh bale of sorghum and just 1 fresh bale of hay that I put on top of what was probably a half a bale left over. There is no sense in need in removing a ring with all that hay that's in there for a new bale. So I make it a great habit of putting feed on top of feed. Depends how long it's been sitting, but it works wonders. It goes a lot further than plan B. Everybody's doing real good. Cattle are comfortable. We had low 30-degree temperatures today, so everything was just absolutely rambunctious and playing around. And yeah, I had one of them want to play with me a little bit here this afternoon feeding these bales, and we had to have ourselves a little talk. They don't know any better, they're just playing, but they're playing. It'll hurt you in a hurry, so heads up. I need to run some bales tomorrow again. Now I stacked some bales up at the field, but I need to do some stockpiling again tomorrow in preparation for the possibility of Saturday's storm starting. As you can tell, this is a nice cleaned up job of snow here, and of course the entire driveway. Okay, nothing too extravagant here for night chores with these little guys and younger girls in here. They very simply, I come in here with a pitchfork, the remnants of hay left over I push to the wall on both sides. Each pen gets a fanned out scoop and a quarter, scoop and a half of grain, which seems to work really good. It takes them a while to finish that up. Each pen gets a full tub of water. Everybody knows why we're not using the water cups. It can't be made free all winter. And they're going through water like never before, which is to be expected. So we find ourselves filling up these little water tubs. Man, they need to be bigger. Sometimes 4 times a day, but it's whatever it takes. They're doing good. And then when the grain is all done, the older hay, this day's hay, gets pushed back from the wall, and a brand new bale is broken up for them. And it seems to work out real good. They have just a little bit of hay left over every morning, and we're going to call it some good waste control. It works out pretty good. Now remember, we're talking about night chores here, so I'm not going to talk about cleaning the pens. We'll do a morning chores little routine here within the next day or 2. I will talk about this though. If you caught yesterday's video, I was spreading manure. The reason I spread manure, it was barn cleaning day. This is the collection here of this morning's manure from cleaning pens. Now, I will admit, it is a big pain in the butt. Wheelbarrow and a pitchfork. It's the price it's paid for having to house these little ones through the winter. It's not a big deal, it's just a little extra work, and who gives a damn? Spring, summer, and fall, it would be okay to clean these pens and just boom, right into the gutter, which it fits and works perfectly. And then just, of course, turn on the barn cleaner until you have another fresh run of, gutter system. Well, we can't do that this time of year with this weather. Because before you know it, there's going to be manure going outside, which you don't want it to sit out there because it's going to freeze, or you have it going into the manure spreader where it's going to freeze as well and just cause a pile of trouble. So this is the price that has to be paid. There's no other scenario out there that will make sense and not get in trouble. This is what we have to do. This is what's done. Period. End of story. Now, like tomorrow morning when I clean, I'm talking about morning chores again. There I go. I'll be filling up this run here. And then Saturday morning, I will quite simply throw the manure in where the pens are, and boom. Same applies to this brute here and this little guy. Same thing, clean the hay out. I tell you what, this is the messiest son of a gun I've ever seen in my entire life. That bull loves to play, especially with his feed all over the place. Same thing applies here. Hay gets pushed in, they get grain. They do have a running water cup here, and of course fresh hay, enough to get by till tomorrow morning with watching waste control. Or shall I say feed management, I'm sorry. Other than that, the horses get one bale of hay and some water, and that's really about it. When it really comes down to it, folks, I start night chores usually sometime, usually by about 3:30. 3:30, it's chore time. And if a person can't be done by 5:30, there's a real problem. So, yeah, it's kind of nice. It's winter time. It's a little bit of a slower time, even though there's quite a bit of work to do. Night chores consist of 2 hours, and that's if you're twiddling your thumbs, taking your time. We'll talk about this heater here for a second. I got to tell you, I'm pretty proud of this thing. Many videos ago and many weeks ago, I talked about this thing and I gave it a big complaint. Well, my complaint was all the fumes that came off of that thing. Well, when I first started running that, I was running just regular cherry juice. And for some of you that don't know, number 2 dyed diesel fuel. I call it cherry juice. A lot of people do. That's where a lot of the fumes came from, a lot of the smoke, a lot of the toxins. It doesn't burn very clean. Well, I tried something here. With all the cold weather, we needed to run this. We didn't mess around with any cherry juice. We were running what I'm going to call pure kerosene. Well, from running, it is a pure kerosene product in the tank. Well, I tell you what, that kerosene, that can get expensive. Very expensive. Because I make it a habit of running this every morning. Because it just knocks the cold out of here. 15 minutes and you can knock 20 degrees of temperature out of here, in here, however you want to put it. And it's worth its weight in gold. So anyway, long story short, I ended up just putting 5 gallons of diesel fuel in here, mixed in with the kerosene, and I'm here to tell you it's a great mix. It really is. Very light toxins and smells and everything else and whatever. So yeah, I have to take back the thumbs down that I had given this thing, and the thumbs down was actually on me, and we got it figured out, and it does a fantastic job. one of these mornings here, in the next couple of mornings to come, I'll actually bring you with me. We'll go ahead and turn the video on, and I'll kind of show you what's what. That's about it for night chores, folks. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too busy. Just got to keep going. That's where I like to throw my leftover coffee. I got this problem where I can't drink a full cup of coffee. Apparently I have that problem because I always have some left over. That's my thing for today. We all got them. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a fool out of myself. I'm going to share you a story. And I'm going to show you something. Picked up a little treat here for myself today. Something I've wanted for quite a while. Why'd I wait till now? I don't have an answer for that. But I'm going to share a story with you as well. I obviously had a little burr up my butt here today. Sorry about that, kids. And I went and got it. No more messing around. Well, would you look at this? I'll be damned. Somebody set that here for me? My day's about done. I'm allowed, trust me. Here we go. This is the Pellet Pro 130. This is a pellet stove. Yes, I'm turning into a yuppie. The reason it's the 130 model is it can handle 130 pounds worth of pellets in the top hopper, which is awesome. They claim 80 hours of burn time on a full hopper, which is great. I don't know what that means. Does that mean half throttle? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Yeah, this is the bigger of the two. I only know of, well, there's multiple models of the Pellet Pro, which comes from Menards. And I have no problem with Menards. In fact, Menards stock is high in my book because they specialize a lot in pro-American products. Yes, that's supposed to mean something, but we're going to leave the politics out of this. They make a smaller one than this, and then this 130 that Menards carries. And it's claimed to be able to heat 2,200 square feet, which I don't need all of that, but more is always better. Basically, I'm looking for a little bit of help. During our real cold spells and even winter in general, the downstairs Big Bertha wood stove furnace, it just isn't putting out enough. You know, everything's a little bit older in the old farmhouse, which I actually enjoy. The house needs a little help so that the backup fuel oil furnace doesn't kick on as much. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I've gone through an insane amount of fuel this year. I'd swear there's little elves running around taking it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you right now, I have a feeling that, what the hell's going on over here? I have this little feeling that there is a little bit of robbery going on with the farm fuel. I'm not making that up. I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's some changes that are being made. We'll put it that way. So anybody watching this video or this channel that's actually taken about it, get ready. Get ready, because there's a surprise. So anyway, yeah, picked this up for some help, and I'm extremely excited about it. I even picked up just 10 bags of wood pellets here today just to start. Which there's actually supposedly a shortage in wood pellets this year. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I was only allowed to buy 10 bags, but whatever. Okay, so here's the story of the pellet stove. I am a wood burning, this is a wood burning home. You can see the walkway, how deep the snow is. There is 60 acres of hardwoods, pure hardwoods right there. That hardwoods has provided home heat for the last 135, 136, 137 years here. So, okay. Last winter, year and a half ago, um, remember, I'm telling you a story here. I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I ended up wanting to get a little extra help in the house with heat. So, me and all my glory and infinite wisdom, what did I do? I went and bought everything. I bought the real nice, thick, brick looking hearth pad, the Vogelzane, what was it? It wasn't the Performer, that's the big boy. I got that at camp. The Vogelzane, it's the lower model. I'm a huge believer in Vogelzane wood stoves, the glass pane type wood stoves. They're worth their weight in gold. Ended up getting the stove, some little tidbits here and there. Well, it come time to install. Couldn't install it. It didn't meet codes with the way the house was set up and where it had to go. I'm saving you a long story here. Not only that, there was a little bit of an insurance problem as well because of the code reasons. So that's one thing you don't mess around with is your insurance policy. I could share with you some awful stories around here of people getting burnt up, their homes or their camps, their hunting camps. And because things weren't, T's weren't crossed and I's dotted, sorry, you lost your camp. Nothing we can do for you, even though you've paid your insurance for the last 15, 20 years. That's one thing I'm not messing around with. So anyway, no wood stove. These you can put in anywhere. All they need is a simple little exhaust. Yeah, I did call the insurance company this morning though, made them aware of it, and I wanted to know anything I needed to do. They're like, nope, when you get it installed, we need the adjuster there, or whatever you want to call them. Take some pictures and write up a document and all that other crap and make sure that the distances are safe. But, I believe in that stuff. We need to have codes and rules. And to be installed preferably by a licensed installer, which I'm going to do because I don't screw around with insurance. Can't do it here. No way. So that's my story. I for the life of me, do not know why I've waited this long to put this in, but whatever. Some years you're saying, well, hell, winter's almost over. Folks, I can promise you there is easily a hefty 3 months left of heating needs, at a bare minimum 3 months. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If this stove works half as good as it was packaged, it'll last 100 years. It was impressive. Unbelievable the way they packaged this thing. I don't think a tank could have got into it. Trust me, it took a lot of, yeah, I'll leave it alone, but holy cow. Yeah, so that's the new toy, a little treat. A simple man, simple pleasures, and it should work real nice. I'm looking forward to it. I got a buddy coming over. He ought to be here in about 10 minutes or so. He's going to help me get it into the house. And, yeah, I've got my my licensed installer guy. He ought to hook this up probably by Monday of next week. I'd sure to like to have it hooked up tomorrow, but it just can't happen. If anybody's interested in a little review on this thing or to see it work, I'd be happy to do so. I'll probably do it anyway. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know. For a simple person, it looks pretty simple. I got to go through the manual and the directions and everything because I do believe that there is a step you must follow, multiple steps to begin this stove. So anyway, folks, that's about it. Just kind of sharing you what happened here today, what's going on, which isn't a whole lot. And that's it. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll take you with me for morning chores. We'll see what happens. And we'll kind of go through the steps and motions and show you what's all involved during chore time. So, all right, that's about it. Folks, have a great night. We're going to talk to you sooner and later.